Hello Scorpios, welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. Scorpio, I've already pulled out some cards and we're going to talk about that right now. We will pull out the tarot together in your reading. There's a very, very strong presence of peace in your reading, Scorpio. Peace and getting to the other side of maybe something very difficult. There's been a lot of energy through the zodiac this week and maybe even last week. I don't know, of like people struggling or conclude. You know what, your energy, I want to say, is really similar to I want to say Gemini, like this week in terms of reading it. And I believe the title of their video was Karma is like a wind at your back. So I don't know what the karmic situation or energies are for you here, but I really do feel that you are in a position of peace right now. If there has been conflict between you and others, particularly in any sort of family matter, that those conflicts are subsiding, or the energy is at least present to kind of let bygones be bygones. Let's try to move ahead here in a positive way. So try to keep that in mind. Try to keep that in mind with that Scorpio. I'll never forget what you did. But anyways, you have the situation that you have, the energy that you have for your situation is Lily. So Lily is a symbol of peace. It can also be the symbol of hopefulness. It's a symbol of closure at times as well. Lilies can be quite common all the time. You guys are like the symbol of death and rebirth. You actually remind me of Pisces in that I sit down and I will do a Pisces reading, and 9 times out of 10, it just takes us on a spiritual journey here, and I can really see what's going on, sort of on a very deep spiritual aspect of them, and that seems to be what comes through in the readings. And you guys often are always that symbol of death and rebirth, and it is playing through here so nicely and accurately for Scorpio. So this is also talking about like beginnings, like if you think of like weddings and funerals, like lilies are often present in that energy as well. Family wishes coming true is what is coming out with that. So if there was some sort of desire for peace between you and another person, or you and family members, that's the energy. So the potential is also there if it's something that you're like, well, I'm not really seeing it right now, Cindy. Just the cards are telling me that the potential is definitely there, right? Well, it's always potential with tarot, because for the most part, I'm reading the energies that are existing for you right now. Your actual energy is really interesting because it's the Yule card, which is also, honestly, it is a symbol of rebirth. It's the symbol of the sun starting to take over the darkness, right? Like, the winter solstice is the period where we experienced the longest dark hours as opposed to daylight hours. And then after that point, every day is a little bit brighter. So that is your energy. Like, every day is a little bit brighter. So that can be like your theme right now, Scorpio. If you've been through something hard here, you say like, every day is a little bit brighter. Every day is a little bit brighter. And then, okay, so this is interesting. The card that came out with the Yule for your energy is increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. Now, I'm hoping for all of you it is an increase in material wealth, because that could just bring more stability and abundance and choices into your life. But I am feeling very strongly that this is a strong spiritual growth. Like, you have been through very powerful spiritual growth. Your underlying cards in the Shadows of the Middle Ages, which is this deck, the last card is the Talisman and Time. So time is talking about, there are some things in life that just need to unfold naturally as they are meant to unfold. And there could be things that need to happen that are outside of our control. And, there's nothing we can do about it, but patience, virtue, and, all sort of those themes. But the Talisman is a really, really strong, powerful spiritual protection energy. And that's interesting, right? That's also giving me a bit of the vibe of what I picked up with Gemini this week. So I don't know, maybe some of you are coming over here, you have a significant Gemini and Scorpio placement, because this, right, it's underlined for me, it's energies in the past, it's what you were doing in the past. And that's kind of like at your back. It's very strong. Actually, Leo had it too. There is a bit of a theme through the collective of Yeah, like got your back, like spirit having your back here. Okay, so it starts with Earth, Rider, and then there's the Eagles, which kind of represent a conflict. This is really giving me the impression that in the past there were some really worldly experiences between you and others here, because there's more than one. A lot of memories in this, memories that maybe even have plagued a relationship to some degree. Memories from the past, people's behaviors or actions from the past that keep coming forward and creating apprehension, guardedness, and through apprehension and guardedness, we get impressions from the other side that, oh, I see, so Scorpio doesn't trust me, Scorpio's not willing to move forward, or you may feel that, like seeing somebody react in that way to you. But it's kind of funny because it's almost like time heals all wounds as well. And whatever's gone on here, I want to say it's healed. It's also not though saying that, well, this is something that you need to go back to, whatever this could have been, because you're also being protected by it. Yeah, it's giving me that Leo vibe. They had, was it Leo? They had the scarecrow. I can't remember now. The scarecrow protecting against like a demon and something else. So Spirit has your back. Spirit has your back. You are protected. Now, okay. The underline for the tea leaf oracle deck. Oh no, okay, that's in reverse. That's victory in reverse. Okay. Man, dealings or relationship with a man. Forest, muddled, unclear thinking. So it could be like dealing with somebody here and either this person had unclear thinking about what the situation was between the two of you, what the possibilities were, or this person's behavior caused you to have unclear thinking about what was going on. Then there's a handshake. So a meeting with a stranger could be important. That kind of gives me the vibe of some type of mediation or somebody else being a bit of a go-between here. Trying to help something to become a better energy between two. See, I feel like that's happening here for you, but it feels like it's happening through just natural time. Jug, lighthearted, carefree time comes in next after the handshake and then love. So I really feel like this energy is like on the upswing for you. And because it's Yule though, it's not the brightest day. It isn't the day with the longest amount of daylight hours. It is just the symbol that the sun is rising again. And so when this card came out for me, when I was pre-shuffling and pulling this stuff out to get started for you, I saw a scene play out in my mind here that I had seen in a video. And I can't remember what part of kind of like the very northern hemisphere this was taking place in. I feel like it was somewhere in like Nunavut or somewhere like that in Canada. May have been further north. But anyways, everyone, when the sun is going to finally rise again, because they will go through, well, I think they can go through weeks, maybe even a couple of months, with the sun not going past the horizon at all. Like it doesn't rise. They'll get a bit of twilight, right? But it's still, the sun never comes above the horizon. I just remember seeing this video of everyone in this community walking, going on a trek to get past this higher ridge, and on like the same day every year. And then they would all sit there and they would wait for the sun to rise, and it would rise, and it would just come above the horizon, and everyone would feel the sun on their face, and they would just absorb that warmth, and you could kind of hear like a cheer. Everyone was like, yay, and then there'd be a celebration. So there's a little bit of that energy here, but again, it's not to say, well, it's not going to be dark for like 16 hours out of 24, or well, up there maybe 23 hours out of 1, but then it becomes like 22 hours and 50 minutes, 22 hours and 45 minutes, like it's ticking down. Something is ticking down. This darkness is kind of receding further and further and further and further away from you. And the light is getting stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. And it's going toward, like the goldfish is such a great, like that is such a very auspicious card to get in that spot. So whatever's happening for you, you are going to, it might start as like trickles here, but it's going to improve and it's going to get bigger and bigger and better and better. But leaning back into the spiritual growth energy, I feel like you've been protected during a period of sensitive spiritual growth, maybe deconstruction of yourself, again, very scorpionic, and now you're rising, kind of even rising from the dead. With the lilies, it is like rising from the dead. It's a very strong Hades energy here. Okay, so now I am going to get into the tarot. And it's going to give me a little more insight into, is this just material wealth? Is this just spiritual growth? Is it a little bit of both? Okay, but we're going to start, I start the reading with the situation. So the situation is lily, followed by well. So a peace. Could be peace. Like, I just feel like it's peace somehow. Like, you know, if you've had a problem with a parent maybe, or a sibling, and getting together with them, or feeling sort of isolated, or... It's almost like two energies just agree, you know what? We can agree to disagree. Let's just not talk about that anymore when we get together, and let's just focus on the things that we can come together on. It's like that, which is like, okay, that's just a great idea. Yeah, really. Otherwise, if two people see things very differently, and that is never going to change because they are different people, there's no sense in like going at each other for that. I mean, unless you have, I don't know, maybe a legal, obviously like a legal or financial thing going on. I don't know. Lily. The Queen of Cups. That's very nice. Well, family wishes coming true. Oh my God. The Page of Cups. This is peace. Peace, 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 peace. The wish for peace is in the air. And it's not even just a wish, because this is actually like exercising that to me with the Queen of Cups. There could be a peace offering here going on. That's interesting. I remember doing a reading for you. It was a while ago. Well, when I say a while ago, I feel like it was 1 to 2 years ago. I don't feel like it was longer than that. I also don't feel like it was any less than a year, but I could be wrong. But there was a reading here where I remember it right now, like I'm being reminded of it, and somebody was going to apologize to you. There was going to be like an apology. And I remember that reading distinctly, because the following week a Scorpio came in the next reading and said, I never got an apology. I was like, oh shit. Well, you might at some point, because people do come in and they'll go, this reading made no sense to me at all. Then I went out and did my day, and I came back, I was like, holy mother God, everything going on in my life. So that's funny, because this energy is still sitting there. So maybe it's, you're getting closer to some sort of peace here. But it follows through now. It's not, it goes beyond like a peace offering when you take it from the Page of Cups to the Queen of Cups. So you're the Yule, winter solstice. So also feeling like a period of stagnation maybe, or your seeds just kind of sitting under the soil and waiting for spring. Spring is approaching for you. Yule. Justice. Wow, holy karma, baby. Yeah, you are coming. This is really giving me. It's such a combination of Gemini and Leo, which feels like kind of a funny combination. No? I mean, we're getting air and fire, and then you water. Yeah. Something is right here. Like, this is you. This goes beyond, like, things that you have control over. I don't know. Something, it feels like something significant has kind of happened beyond, you know, our comprehension and what we're just seeing going on here in the physical and sort of our very 3D reality. It honestly feels as if something, like I'm hearing like a stir in in the universe as a door. Like I'm hearing a very heavy wooden door. Boom. Close and lock. Goldfish. The 10 of Swords. Hi, Lily, or Larry. I mean, everyone's like, I'm in the middle of my, okay. The 10 of Swords. I love you, honey, but I don't want to lose my train of thought. Increase in material wealth or spiritual growth with the 10 of Swords. I feel like this is a karmic repay that's coming to you now. As I'm saying that, like you're not going to be rich between this week and next week. Although maybe some of you are. Maybe some of you are going to be rich between this week and next week. Because it feels like right with the Yule card, there's a period here of you, it's rebuilding, and it's happening in a very natural cycle too. The Yule card is also talking to us about cycles and recognizing those. The darkest point of winter is done for you. I feel like in some way that you've been betrayed here, or you felt really hurt by others. Justice has come through. So because it also feels like it's playing out in sort of a natural way here, like down on earth together, you're getting a little heavy. Heavy. It's as if to say karma has been, some sort of karmic level or weight has been reached in 1 degree here. And now it has been corrected to come into balance. But it feels very energetic, right? So first it's energetic, and then it's going to play out in the 3D. To some degree, this reading feels a little bit also like it's a bit of a pep talk for you, or letting you know Spirit hasn't forgotten. These things are being looked after here. They've been looked after on our side. I gotta shuffle, Larry. Oh, I did this in one of the extendeds. This is the new thing. Shuffling with a cat. Oops. I don't mean to pull your fur, honey. All right, situation. Sorry. What the hell, Larry? The World card. The 8 of Pentacles and the 7 of Pentacles. I feel like if I was a new mother, I would be sitting here like breastfeeding a baby while I was doing tarot for you. Okay, the World. This is a new beginning. This is, you're building something new here because you go right into the 8. What have you been building? It's time to restructure it. It's time to restructure it in peace. Your path forward, Scorpio, is to walk forward in peace. I'm kind of feeling like also that I'm talking to someone who might even literally be an orphan, or you've gone through some experience here where you feel orphaned by whatever you used to be connected to in life. You are in building process. As your seed sits under the soil, perhaps on a frozen land, its energies are building up. And before you can actually see any evidence of some type of growth for you here, there will be, it's going to be growing under the surface, just like a seed. Some of you could be finding that something in your work environment has changed as well. And it's changed for the better for you, and it's in your benefit, this change. And because this is happening, like, you know how sometimes God just moves things out of our way or out of our environment? Like, you know, you could go to work and somebody that you're really having trouble with is no longer there. this is like a different way of doing things. Like you show up to work, and now instead of avoiding going down that hallway at this time of day because you know you're going to bump into that person and it's always really uncomfortable, like you don't, it's almost like ease, right? Like you don't have to overthink, or you don't have to maneuver yourself in a way that is avoiding this or that. So that also opens you up to a lot more abundance and experience. Some of you may even be finding that there's a change here. Like you start to find peace in perhaps your home life, and this may start to help you recognize things outside of that home life, like maybe work, where you want to rebuild again. You're coming up with a new plan. I'm looking forward to actually clarifying that. Some of you may have suffered like some sort of financial setback too, with the Yule and the Ten of Swords, and now you're building up again. It's like a contraction and an expansion. You were starting, it's almost feeling as if like you've done a contraction as much as you can, and now you're expanding. Almost try to think of like the cycles of life and everything that we're involved in as like a breath in and a breath out, a breath in and a breath out. You're starting to take a deep breath here. The King of Wands. Why you brought all that fluff into my face? The Page of Wands. At the Nine of Pentacles. Sorry, I'm just watching how this is playing out. This page is almost looking like someone who's found the remnants of the King of Wands fire. You're following a trail here. There is, you have the Nine of Pentacles too at the bottom. Like there's definitely a path here where you're going to find yourself feeling quite comfortable, at peace in your physical environment. But it's weird because it's very symbolic here in that, right, the King of Wands is the king of all the fires here. He's got this fire, he's controlling it, he's warming himself with it, independently able to go on adventures, find new places, seek out new experiences. But then like this page comes in, someone who is less experienced, sort of finds the remnants of this fire that once existed. This also, the Nine of Pentacles also feels like peace and safe. There's a real 180 kind of energy here, right? Because this is anything but like peace and safe. This trail that I feel like you're following, or somebody is following your trail. We'll clarify the King of Wands. But because you are showing up in this Yule energy, that you are starting to like build up, it's like coming out of the forest. Somebody left a fire. If you were in a dark period here, there was somebody's fire on the outskirts of the forest that you followed. But they're always a step ahead. Now, like this could be spirit, these could be your guides. Because then once you come out of the forest, you can see that the fire was there. The fire's not there anymore. So you're continue to kind of like follow your intuition, trust in yourself and your guides. Because then this is like when you find yourself in a place of peace. Peace, abundance, stability, safety. I'm so intrigued by that. There's so much in the upright. Okay, we'll do 3. 7 of Cups, 4 of Cups, 2 of Swords. Wow. It's a lot of confusion, illusions, possibilities. I don't know what is the right choice, and I'm not sure who I am. This is kind of like, this Two of Swords has come out a lot this week, and it's come out in really different and unique ways. It's coming out in your reading here as someone who is in the middle of or the throes of a rebirth, but is still trying to decide and understand, well, who was I in the past and who am I going to be? Like, these masks are coming off as personas, aspects of ourselves and our personalities and our egos and who we've developed and become, who we once were. What is the mask that we put on? But because we don't know the mask that we're going to put on, it's almost as if that's part of the reason that there are certain choices here that are hard to understand. So that's the underlying. Let's clarify. I find that so intriguing too, like this whole story of you were in this dark forest and you were following a light that you could see up ahead, and it was the fire just on the outskirts of the forest, right? And connecting that with this winter solstice, like seeing that, walking towards the sunset and not just waiting for it to happen. Because if all those people had stayed in their community, it might have been like a few more days until the sun actually reached past the ridge. But knowing, okay, we all just got to walk past the ridge and then we're going to see it really come off the horizon. So making an effort here. So show me this King of Wands. Oh, the King of Cups and the Ten of Cups. Also kind of comes across as you. This fire and water energy. Oh my gosh, fire and water, right? Which gives us the Ten of Cups. And to me, that is a symbol of like rainbows, and rainbows are created by light and water. Fire and water. This is a journey through the heart space here. I'm hearing Persephone. Hades, is Hades and Persephone? The Page of Wands, Oh, there's the Queen of Cups. Oh my gosh. Scorps. Two of Cups, Queen of Cups. This is the peace here. This is love. I feel like you all are walking towards a peaceful relationship. Now, this could be a very peaceful relationship between you and God and your guides. This could be a very peaceful relationship in your family. But again, I think it's coming through in the physical, but it could also be coming through like on a spiritual aspect. And there's also the possibility here of having some type of communication with someone here that's, it's just really kind and soft and easy. The Nine of Pentacles. I don't know what came out first here. The Four of Cups, the King of Swords, and the Knight of Cups. Sorry, the card is talking to me here. The bird. The bird is some type of symbol here of what has also been leading you on a path. And so you follow the fire. Then I want to say it's a bird. It's the symbol of a bird, which could also be like the phoenix. Something like a phoenix, or it could be an actual bird. I'm hearing bluebird and chickadee. So for some of you, that might be really, really specific to keep an eye open for those. Because they are also showing you along the way here, showing you the path, showing you the direction. And then you find here it's like a place, a safe place. This is such a safe place. Now, it's also a place that, it's kind of funny. I feel like, well, there's a lot of kings coming out over here. We have all of them, except the King of Pentacles. So I'm going to kind of lean into this all happening on a very energetic level for you. And something could be relevant in terms of the actual spring, like springtime, wherever you live, like whenever spring is. It also has this feeling of like she's holding the bird, like to free the heart. And it's the Four of Cups into the King of Swords, and the Knight of Cups is almost to like getting your head on straight. Somebody getting their head on straight and really following their heart here. Feeling alive and free. This is where your energy is going. Like, it may not be there, like, again, because I'm seeking you in the winter solstice. But this is where it's going. Every day is a little bit brighter than yesterday. Every day is a little bit brighter than yesterday. That's your theme, Scorpio. The Ten of Swords. Ah, the Chariot. You're moving away from whatever's betrayed you here. There's been wounds and injuries that I feel like that you have successfully overcome. Yeah, and you are going in the right direction. Walk towards the sunset. So this is also encouraging you to make, it doesn't have to be a huge effort towards, you know, helping yourself here in a process of rebirth. Because the sun's going to rise anyways. But it's easier and it's more enjoyable, right? To actually have that sense of power that I can walk over the ridge and I can start celebrating the rising of the sun today as opposed to next week. What is this Seven of Pentacles over here that's connected to the Eight of Pentacles? The Sun and the Six of Wands, Scorpio. This is totally... Whatever peace comes in for you here, it changes everything. If this is peace that comes through your family unit in some way, it ricochets and it kind of like bleeds out into other areas of your life, like maybe even your work, and things just get better. Like, this is success. If this is work situations and relationships, they just get better, and then it's like your home life feels better. Like, this is, I mean, and it's it has a big impact. Like, you spend a huge amount of time at home. Well, speaking for myself, I swear I never go anywhere. And at work. So me, I'm just always here. So the Seven of Cups, the Ace of Swords, the Knight of Swords, and the Five of Cups is the bottom. Finding your way out of confusion, knowing where to go, and I don't know, it's almost like, I don't know, it could be like looking quickly at why are you sad or why you've been disappointed. Making a change, addressing that directly. Instead of sitting in disappointment, it's kind of like addressing your own disappointments. The past is the past and move forward, because that's what you're doing. That's what I got. I'm going to go do the extended Scorpio. I think I'm really intrigued by this energy here, especially the storyline with the King of Wands and the Page of Wands, like coming out of the forest. I think what I'm going to do what I did yesterday. I'm going to go into the sister deck of the Shadows of the Middle Ages. I'm going to go into the Lace of Destiny deck, and I'm going to continue to look at these energies a little more fully through different cards. Thank you so much, Scorpios. Until next time, be gentle with yourselves. Bye.